everybody. Welcome back to Aurora Reed Pop Up. Yes, I am popping up today. I am because we have stuff we need to chit chat about. Y'all know I never pop up unless I have something to chit chat about, and I do have something to chit chat about. Y'all remember in my last podcast, I talked about this article and that it was so good, but it was so long that I could not feature it all in my podcast. Well, I decided to just do a pop up about it. And I think I even mentioned that I might even do a pop up because it's just so much. I have been on these internet streets most of the day, and we have so much good stuff we're going to talk about in the podcast that I said, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to do a pop up about the rest of the article. And I found a lot of posts on X, formerly known as Twitter, about how, well, that other squatties had just went through this article and broke it down so perfectly. They broke the numbers down. And that is the one thing that I am going to focus on in this pop up is the numbers. We're going to go through the numbers of engagement that all that family over there gets together and who is the top people who gets the most engagement on social media and just on regular, legacy media. Who gets the most coverage? And we are not going to be surprised by who it is. I'm just saying. But I want to break it all down. And I found this particular post on X, and I really feel like it kind of just compresses everything and pretty much shows exactly who gets the most coverage. And so I'm going to put it up. And it says the media obsessive coverage of Prince Harry and Princess Meghan should be studied. And is that a lie? I don't think so. Because one thing we have saw this week after that little post that Megan posted on her own Instagram, her personal Instagram account, and how it just spread like wildfire and went viral. I think that proves the fact that yes, the media is really, really obsessed with Harry and Meghan. They absolutely are. And I just find it so funny when I look at these numbers, why it all makes sense why that family across the pond continues to try to bite off of their shine. And it is because they get none. They don't hardly get any kind of media engagement at all. Okay, it says this: Harry and Meghan together, they account for 57% of all the social media engagement, all the legacy media engagement, all of the engagement, period. 57%. 57% is what Harry and Meghan gets together. And the breakdown of that is His Royal Highness Prince Harry gets 30.86% of the engagement when it comes to the whole royal family. We're just not talking about one or two like William and Kate and Harry and Meghan. No, the whole royal family, including the king and including his horse, if you know what I mean. So Harry gets 30.886. Her Royal Highness Princess Meghan gets 26.41, and together they get 57%. 57%. I love it. And then it goes on to say that Will gets 21.67, which is a little surprising to me because we all thought Wadey would get more. But she has not been out and about. But my whole thing is if she was like Megan, if she really had a shine like Megan, it wouldn't even matter if she was out or not, because does it really matter if Megan is out or not? Absolutely not. When she is quiet and she fades to black, they write stories about that. But Kate fades to black and nobody noticed it. The only time we thought she had went missing, a lot of people was, had a lot of conspiracy theories about it because we all know that people's perception of William is not the best. They think he is always incandescent with rage and he has the potential for violence. I'm not saying that's true, but I'm just saying that's what people believe. And so that is the reason why people were so curious that she just up and disappeared. It was just gone. And so of course people was curious about it, but when she showed back up, people said, okay, and they forgot about her. So they are saying her percentage of engagement is 4.37. 4.37. That's why she walking around there in Megan's clothes, trying to bite off of Megan. Because nobody, when I know I used to say, well, I know I always say that nobody cares about Kate. But this is proof nobody cares about Kate. They actually care more about William than they do Kate. And just think about this. Kate and William are going to be the king and queen of the United Kingdom. 57% of the engagement in the media is focused on Harry and Meghan. And like I said, I'm not surprised because look at the media storm. One little post on Instagram. Can you imagine if Meghan posted regularly on Instagram? People would lose their mind. And we all know how those folks across the pond done spin out over it. I mean, just totally and absolutely crashing out about Megan making a post of a minute and a few seconds. And then it goes on to say Charles gets 16.63. And boy, he works hard to get that 16.63. I'm telling you, because at the end of the day, between him and Camilla, he is the only one that really be working, and he's supposed to be the one with cancer. And his horse is just ever since after Australia, his horse have been in the stables, and she don't want to come out. She just too busy chewing on hay and curd, and she don't want to have anything to do with coming out of the stable. But yes, and guess how much she get? She didn't even break 0.10%. She got 0.06 engagement. When I tell you nobody is interested in anything that the horse has to say, I mean nobody is interested in anything she has to say. That's crazy, isn't it? That whole breakdown is so crazy, and I love it. And here's a little snippet. I'm gonna put it up of this particular article. And like I said, it says a recent media analysis revealed that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle receives a disproportionate share of coverage compared to the other royals. Despite stepping away from royal duty in 2020, together they account for 57% of all royal media stories in analyzed period. It says Prince Harry leads with the highest of 30.86%, followed by Meghan at 26.41. In contrast, Prince William received 21.67 and King Charles 16.63. And Queen horse, now I'm not even call her queen, I'm gonna say the horse barely registers with 0.06 of total coverage. Kate Middleton, despite being a senior working royal, is at what was hers at 4.37. Yes. That's why they're mad. That's why they copy. That's why they always trying to bite off of Harry and Meghan's success. And that's why they're always trying to sabotage. We're going to get into some different articles and a lot what's going on. because we all know Invictus is coming up in what we got about 2 more days, and they have started the BS already, trying to sabotage Invictus. But they'll never learn. One monkey don't stop no show over here. Now you can clown and act real stupid all you want to, but we'll handle you and we'll still enjoy Invictus because Invictus is going to go on. And I have it is so many beautiful pictures that are coming out of the athletes arriving in Canada. It is, and I'm gonna share some of that on the read. So stay tuned for the read. But yes, Harry and Meghan has the shine, and here is the proof. We don't have to just say they have the shine, they have the shine. No, here's the proof that they have the shine. The numbers don't lie. You know, people lie, but numbers do not lie. All right, y'all, I'm gonna put this up. And this particular squatty said this: Harry and Meghan takes up 57% of the royal coverage in the media because the media knows they are the only royals with the star power. What is a lie? And pull with the star power and pull. Megan posted a video yesterday. Within 9 minutes of the post, it was at 28,000. And I think it's like at 4 or 5 million the last time I looked. Yes. It's pulling those kind of numbers. And we all know it ain't nobody over there can pull them kind of numbers. And that's why they so bitter. They are so bitter. They're butthurt. And my whole thing, and I said this last night in a podcast, that it didn't have to be this way. Harry has said it on many occasions that it didn't have to be this way. They could have did this thing together and everybody would have had to glow up, but they could not stand it. It always had to be them. It had to be William. It had to be Kate. It couldn't be William and Kate and Meghan and Harry. It couldn't be the Fab Four like Harry envisioned. He said that from the beginning. That had always been Harry's vision. That when he found his soulmate, that they would do that thing together. But Harry was the only one who felt that way. They absolutely always wanted the light to shine on them and them alone. And now it's not shining at all. But boy, it would have been if they had just listened to Harry. But this squatty goes on to say, let's see where I'm at. She goes on to say, and now less than 24 hours more than 100 articles have been written. What is the lie? I would say even more than that. I'm telling you, the Fail probably has written 100 articles just by itself. It is ridiculous. And the obsession is absolutely real. All right, y'all. I'm going to put this one up. And it says, this particular squatty says this: not bad for two people the royalists call irrelevant. Where is the lie? They have done everything they can do to ensure that Harry and Meghan would end up in the dustbin of history. But in actuality, all of their conniving, all of their snaking has only resulted in them possibly ending up in the dustbin of history. I mean, I love it. And we all know Charles and his horse, that's exactly where they're going if they're not already there. I'm just saying. But this particular squad, it went on to say, this is what happens when your haters are your biggest stands. Where is the lie? We all know this is true because it doesn't matter what Kate is doing. They can pretend like they are just reveling in all of her awesomeness. And Megan shows up, sneezes, and asks for a Kleenex, and they abandon her straight away. Just like Megan dropped this particular little video, and all I'm telling you, all of the accounts is just filled full of it. That's all they're talking about instead of talking about their so-called faith. It is the most ridiculous thing. And when this particular squatty said it that they are her biggest fan, her haters are her biggest stands, what is the lie in that? Because we all know that it's absolutely true. All right, I'm gonna put this up. This is my last one. It says Megan is more studied, more talked about, more written about, more scrutinized than Brexit. Where is the lie? Even to the point where they use that sexist term like Brexit. They are completely obsessed with Meghan. It says more than the entire royal family. Even Queen Elizabeth's funeral was all about Meghan's curtsying, which was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And she was bowing out to the United Kingdom. Meghan was saying goodbye. But I digress. Yes, it was. They made the Queen's funeral about Harry and Meghan. I kid you not. Their dead queen was laying over there in a box, and they were focusing on where Harry and Meghan was going to sit, if they were holding hands or not, what kind of emblem Harry would have on his suit. And it went on and on and on, never stopping, not 1 minute, until Harry and Meghan was out of sight. They even followed them to the airport, and I think they even followed them after they landed and went into the gate of their estate. That's how obsessed these people were with Harry and Meghan when they were over there for their dead queen's funeral. It was it was so embarrassed. I had secondhand embarrassment for that media. Oh my goodness. And like I said, don't get it twisted. That family made it all about Harry and Meghan as well, leaking and planning of stories. It was ridiculous. Also, it goes on to say for 9 years, media has made Meghan the most talked about woman on earth. Where is the lie? I want to know where the lie is because, like I said earlier, if you didn't know it before the Instagram post, you know it now. And y'all know in my last podcast, I had said that Megan reminded me of that song by Khalees. You know, the one that says, "My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard." That is the way Megan does. Anytime she puts a post on that Instagram, it brings all the media to the yard. It brings all the media to the front. She absolutely is the most talked about woman on earth. We all know what Ted Sarando said, that her fame was un what did he say? Otherworldly. Yes. Yes. He said he'd been with famous people before, but Megan's fame is otherworldly. And he got that right. He got that right. And I just admire her so much, how she can go about her daily life and not allow the nonsense, all the hate, all the attention to rob her of her joy or her peace. I admire that about her. All right, y'all. Talk to y'all a little later. Bye.